Greetings, travelers, and welcome to episode 47 of WesteroScraft Walks with your loyal host, Dutchguard. Today's episode will be continuing on our journey through the Vale and up to the Eyrie, the home of the Arryns. We've just left off here at the exit of the Gates of the Moon. If you haven't seen our video on the Gates of the Moon, just click here to catch up with us, and we're just going to be headed up the giant slants up through the Waycastles in today's video. This will be the second to last video, as I originally tried to make a video where I squeezed in all the Waycastles and the Eyrie, and it just didn't work. It was too long, so sorry for those of you who love the long videos, but I figured for my sanity's sake, we'd stick to one path for today and the castle for next week. So here we are, just making our way, I believe it's northbound from the Gates of the Moon, and we're just going to be heading along this tiny little path here, admiring more of the beautiful landscape of the Vale. Now keep in mind that this whole area is guarded by the Gates of the Moon. It looks pretty expansive, but it's a valley that's protected by those gates. So I would think that a lot of the subjects of the Arryns live in this little valley here, though we don't really have very many settlements. It's a huge area, and probably people want to stay out of the way of any incoming attackers anyway. So we've got this lovely little marshland here with some sandbanks and some stones sticking out of it. It's sort of right in the middle of a little river or stream feeding into a lake over in the distance there. And up here we can see our first Waycastle. This is the Waycastle stone. It's got a nice little watchtower here, which I think is quite cleverly designed, quite compact. I like it a lot. And stone, we don't get a lot of information about stone, but we know it's the largest of the three Waycastles. We know it's just towards the beginning of the road, and we know that it's got iron spikes on its battlements, and you can sort of make them out there. The rusty stair blocks that we've added to our custom texture pack. And so that's a detail we definitely had to add in. There's several towers in here, and you can see the flag of the Arryns there waving proudly above those towers. We don't know if this castle in particular has ever been taken. I wouldn't think so, so it probably hasn't seen much action. We also know about this iron-studded gate leading into the Waycastle. Again, this is one of the only ways to get up to the Eyrie is to get through this little castle. We've got nice little stables here for donkeys. What's down here? We've got a well, or perhaps this is part of the stream that feeds out towards that little marsh there. Oh, this must be... Oh, see, those are the stables, and these are the kennels. I thought that might be the case, because I saw bone in here. There it is. Right, so heading right through. I say that. Hang on. Let's get up here, up to the battlements, and show you some of the little arrow slits we've got up here. Another really cool feature of our texture pack. And yeah, just really scenic, really beautiful. I love the little the waterfall here being incorporated into the castle. Very, very cool. Very cool defensive architecture as well. Right, over this little stone bridge, and here we are at the top of the castle. And let's see what we've got in the bottom of here, of one of these towers. A nice little dining area built around one of these supporting pillars. That's quite creative. I've not seen that before, actually. Nice little storage room for firewood. I'm guessing the stairs are on the... Oh no, they're just here. So we just head up the stairs here. Some very narrow stairs. I'm guessing we'll find some living quarters here for the guards that protect stone and defend it as sort of the first point of defense for the journey up to the Eyrie. Right, so moving right along, we're going to be tackling that beast right there. That's part of the giant slants. I don't think that peak there is actually the peak that the Eyrie is situated on. The path that we had to make is very twisty, very windy. It may not be exactly what you imagine in the books. It's not really what I imagined, but due to the restrictions of Minecraft and the height limit, we had to make a really long path to sort of feel again like you're traveling a great distance, as it is described in the books by Catelyn, in order to get to the Eyrie. So that's sort of what we tried to accomplish. If we had just made a zigzag up the mountain, it would have taken 5 minutes, and that's no fun at all. Right, so just heading up the slope here of this very steep road. You can see just, I mean, that is so impressive, just looking straight up those sheer sides of those mountains. I mean, it really does seem like the only way up is this little path. It's really narrow right here. You've got some barriers here and there, but for the most part, watch your step. We'll see lots of lovely water features, I'm sure, of some the springs forming from the snow melt on top of the mountains. You can see some more there. And of course those form into the lakes, as I said in a previous video, the lakes of the Vale. This path took a long time to plan out and a long time to detail and finish and make it look as nice as it is. Road planning is something we do spend a lot of time on. It's something that we don't really find in any of the maps, at least not in any detailed roads. You get sort of the main causeways like the King's Road and the River Road and so the main roads like that. But all the little roads that connect with the little villages and all the different keeps, castles, and holdfasts takes a while to do, and then someone has to go in and build them all and make them look nice. So yeah, that's definitely something we spend a lot of time on the server. Right, so I can feel the air getting thinner. We're getting we're getting pretty high up. Our next Waycastle is a Waycastle called Snow, and you can sort of see where this is going. Here we go. This is the Waycastle Snow, and it's a timber keep with one big fortified tower, which is made of that Vale stone up there. Quite pretty. And it's a smaller castle, so the second smallest of all three, and you can guess that the last one will be the smallest. We've got a nice little common area in here with a hearth. Probably nice to have that on because it probably gets pretty chilly up here. Nice little detail up here. This is just in that tower that we saw from the outside with that beautiful white stone. And oh, cool! Looks like they've even got some battlements carved inside the side of the mountain. And these air slits sort of command that road that we just came up. You can almost see it down there. So a nice little strategic vantage point for our defenders here in Snow. And a nice little armory here. And I'm guessing if we... oh, this is built into the side of the mountain as well. Very cool. This, you know, you can't even see this from the outside, so... very well hidden and very well done. I really, really love these Waycastle builds. I think there's a lot of good thought put into them. And, yeah, really cool. So here we got the sleeping chambers, and heading up to the top, we'll get a killer view from up here, I bet. Wow, look all the way down there. I definitely don't want to fall right now. And here we've got some peaks of these mountains around us here. The giant slants might be that one over there. I'm really not sure. For the purposes of our server, we sort of have the giant slants as being formed as several peaks in sort of one large mountain range rather than one particular mountain, again because of the height restrictions of Minecraft. So let me just figure out how I'm getting back downstairs. You know, I'm not sure how. I remember coming in here. Oh, come on, Dutch. It's not that hard. Ah, there we go. I thought to myself the other day, I was thinking, you know, it's really a testament of how detailed our builds are that you can get lost in them. We actually build so much, it's possible to get lost in our builds. I mean, you know, that's how it is if you ever enter an unfamiliar building. You know, in the first 10 minutes you're in there, you get lost, you need help, you're asking for directions. I feel like the fact that that happens in our virtual world in Minecraft is pretty impressive. Really, really cool. It's all the fun is getting lost and discovering new places and trying to find your way around and trying to figure out how the people of that castle lived. Whoa! Pretty steep over there. Alright, so heading right along this very, very steep slope here. You can see some of the road that we came up earlier. So now we are heading to our final Waycastle, which is known as Sky. So you can sort of get the theme there, stone, snow, and sky. Heading down that very treacherous, narrow path there. At this point, I'd probably be riding on a donkey, as described in the books, as they're pretty sure-footed, more sure-footed than humans, even. And, yeah, they don't tire as easily, so, unfortunately we don't have Minecraft donkeys yet, but I'm sure it's something that we'll create when we get to our RPG. Right, so heading along this road here, you know, if we ever got to 100 chunk render distance, you'd get a beautiful vista of the Vale just here out this way. See all the beautiful greenery and the shimmering lakes. Right, cool. So this is one of my favorite parts of this walk here, is this rope bridge. I just think the detailing is really cool. It makes a lot of use of our custom blocks. These are our custom fishnet textures, and I just think they've been used really cleverly on that rope bridge. I hope to see more examples like that. And it just looks so tatty and old and very dangerous. Might have like a random event occur where the bridge collapses and you have to like find your way back up. Right, okay, again, so we are impressed here by another view. We are now here for sure at the bottom of the Giant's Lance, and I can tell just by how tall it is. And this foggy, misty stuff you see coming down here is Alyssa's Tears, and that's one of the waterfalls coming down off of the Giant's Lance, off of the shoulder of the Giant's Lance. And it's so high up, it's still rendering, and we created this beautiful animated custom texture. It really makes it look like this mist that's just floating off into the air. As it's so high up, you may see like some waterfalls from South America. They're so high up that they don't even form into a pool at the bottom. They just sort of vaporize into the air halfway down. And that's what we've done here with Alyssa's Tears. Really, really cool. It took ages to make this texture and to finally finish Alyssa's Tears, but we did it, and it looks great. You can see some of our custom icicle textures there as well, of course. Some of the water-forming icicles there. And another really cool detail, see all that green there? Some of the moss that's forming on the side of the mountain as a result of the water coming down. Yeah, some more detail there on those animated textures. So cool. I love some of the stuff our texture guys do. And if you know anyone, or if you yourself are a talented texture artist, then please get in touch. Always looking for more. Right, so heading right along, hopefully we'll be getting to Skye when we just turn the corner here. And we should get a view of the Eyrie as well. Alright, so just coming around the corner here. And if we were to be able to see down there, we'd see the Gates of the Moon. We might even see the where we came in from the Bloody Gate. Right, here we go. Okay, so up there, oh hello visitor, flying in the air, that's not natural, but yeah, we do get a lot of visitors checking out the Eyrie. On the side of the mountain there, just in the grey below that hall, you can see the sky cells, those little pockets in the side of the mountain there. And now just heading right along into this really cool crevice in the mountain here, which I think I mentioned in my Gates of the Moon walk. We will find the Waycastle Skye. So here's the main gate into Skye, and in here it's all built into the side of the mountain. We find some donkey stables here because the donkeys can't go any further than this. Down here we'll probably find some stores. This is probably one of the storage areas used before goods are transported up to the castle itself. And here's some more storage. Looks like we've got a bunk bed in there, some sleeping quarters in here, a nice big hearth with a chimney that probably goes out to the sky there, and yeah, very cool. Lots of windy passageways actually. This looks like some more arrow slits actually. Oh yeah, to fire on that road that we just came on. Very, very cool. If you're looking for inspiration for defensive capabilities, this is definitely the place to check out. Right, so just heading back down, we're going to try and find our way up to the Eyrie, and that's where we'll finish. So in there you can actually see the lifts that are used to carry goods and people up to the Eyrie. We'll probably get a better view if we just come around this way. And you can see the counterweights, and we've really tried to create a logic to these lifts. There are counterweights, our chains and pulleys, hauling people and goods all the way up to the Eyrie there. Of course, they aren't actually functional, so I can't use one. Sadly, until we figure that out, we'll be using the manual route, which is described in the books as being very treacherous. It's mostly handholds in the rock all the way up, and you can see we've used this sort of cool rock texture for our ladders, which we can use to climb up here. Yeah, so if you're attacking and the lifts are pulled up to the castle, then this is your only way up. You have to go one by one, as archers are shooting down at you from up here. And yeah, I mean, this is why this castle is impenetrable. I mean, George R.R. Martin had to go through a considerable amount of trouble to describe this place, but I mean, it was all worth it for the amount of protection the Arryns have from invaders. Right, so here we are. This is called, I believe, the Crescent Room. It's the welcome hall to the visitors of the Eyrie, and it's called that because the moon, you see there, the moon rug on the floor. And so this is still built into the mountain. Over here we can see, if we were to go down here, actually I might do real quick, we would find the entrance for where the lifts come in. And there we go. So the platform's there for carrying those goods. Oh god, that is so steep. That is so far down. I can't even believe, look at, like, The fog is just like, nope, can't see further than that. So cool. Very, very cool. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to leave us off here. There's plenty more to explore in the castle itself, and this video is already very long, so I'm going to break it up into that one last part. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and tune in next week for episode 48.